3D Penguin Acrygel Nail Art Tutorial by Hotpinkzebrapolish.
Hi guys, in today's video I'm going to be showing you a really cute little penguin nail, and I sculpted this on myself and I did it with dual forms, but I used dual forms a little differently than you normally do so that I could do a baby boomer style background, because that's kind of what I was going for, and I don't know, I just figured it was easier to do it the way I did than the normal way that you'd use dual forms. So I hope that's a little bit interesting and kind of a different take on it. And when I finish this little penguin nail, my plan was to then file it off and trim this nail down to the length of the rest of my nails, but I liked it so much I left it on. So I hope you guys are as infatuated with it as I obviously am, and don't forget to click subscribe to see all my future videos as well.
So to start with, here's the gel that I'm going to be using, and this is a whole set, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below. So it comes with mini bottles, which is kind of nice, just because you don't have to have the storing and the expense of getting the bigger bottles, and you do get 4 colors. There is a dual-ended gel cutter and brush, a base and a top coat, as well as the dual forms themselves. So the first thing, I'll be showing you how to size a dual form, because that's something that is very important. It's almost as important as sizing a nail tip. So first thing you have to do is you have to get actually into the package, which is probably the most difficult part of this whole thing. So after you get that pesky little sticker off, I'm going to go ahead and show you my sad broken nail that got squished into a door frame, which is why it looks so sad. Like I said, it's my sad broken nail. So I'm going to go ahead and fit my nail with the form. So when you set it on there, it should just touch your side walls. It should not go over them at all, and it should not be smaller than them. So you should set the dual form on there, and if anything, err on the small side, not the big side. So apply your base coat after your nail's all prepped, and then I'm going to start by cutting off a piece of the clear gel, placing that into my dual form just like so, and then I'm going to pat it out. And as you can see, normally when you use a dual form, you would press that gel all the way up to that round end that I am holding with my fingers, and then you would continue it down to the length that you want. In my circumstance, I don't want to do that. I'm not taking it all the way back. I'm just taking it down to the length that I want and about halfway up my nail. So press that on, cure it. After it's cured, you kind of have to wiggle the dual form just a pinch, especially with this, since it's not as thick or as strong. You want to just kind of give it a couple gentle wiggles until it releases, not be too forceful with it. Then I'm going to take the darker pink color, I believe it's called dark pink in the set, and I'm going to blend it out. So there is a little lip between the clear gel and your natural nail until you do this, like I said, blending it out. So just take a small bit of that Acrygel and sort of brush that down over the nail, cure it. Then I'm going to take a bead of the white color and apply that at the tip. And after I did this, I was thinking to myself, you know, I really probably should have done the tip, that original part with the dual form with the white too, so that it was a little bit more intense of a white. But of course, you know, lesson learned, I didn't do that. So that would be an option if you wanted to, because my white wasn't quite as bright as I probably would have preferred. And I'm going to, after that's cured, take a natural, there was clear, dark pink, natural, and white. So I'm going to take some of the natural and just finish off the blending between the pink and the white, and also make sure my apex is in there and looks good and all that jazz. So after that's done, you guessed it, it needs to be cured. So I'm going to cleanse it with some isopropyl alcohol. There's a very slight tacky layer that just is better to remove before you start filing. And then file this bad boy into shape. So the rest of my nails are kind of like a little claw or a short stiletto shape. So I was going to go and I was going to make this one just a longer version. And then, like I said, after I finished it off, I was just going to file it down and change it and make it match the rest of my nails. And I was looking at it like, you know what? I'm not going to make this one match the rest of my nails. I'm going to make the rest of my nails match this one. Not in length, but I guess in style more so. So I was absolutely in love with this little penguin. Anyways, after you have it all filed, I'm going to take and sculpt my 3D penguin. So grab a bit more of the white Acrygel, and I'm going to make my 3D little feathered friend. So to start with, and when you're doing 3D stuff with Acrygel, don't expect details. It just doesn't really happen very well. And depending on the nail, I have expected details, and I was like, oh man, I'm so angry at this stuff. But if you go into it knowing that you create loose shapes with the gel and then you do details later on, you have a better experience just overall. So after you have a nice little penguin shape, cure that again. And then I'm going to take and I'm going to start painting it. So I have some black paint, and I'm going to do just the little black details on my penguin's head. So kind of come down the face where the beak is going to be, and then around it like a little outline. Then take and actually outline the rest of your penguin's body just so it pops off the nail a little bit better. White background on the nail, white penguin, you know, you just want to make it pop. So then after that is outlined, I'm going to take and also give him a hat. I decided not to sculpt the hat with the gel. I decided I would just paint it on. I figured that would probably go better. So there are all of the hat outlines. And then I'm going to take a light gray and fill in my penguin's tummy. So the reason I'm using light gray instead of white like you would normally see for a penguin is because I wanted this to be a baby penguin, and they start out gray. So this is actually more like a teenager penguin that's starting to get his black and white definition, but still has a little bit of that gray in there. So paint your little gray body, then add some white highlights on his tummy and on the tops of his flippers, which I haven't outlined yet, but I will in just a moment. So just give him a little bit more detail, some shading, some highlights, so he looks really cute and fluffy. And then fill in those eye area and around the black on his face with some white. You're basically doing like a little U shape with white on the face. And if you wanted, you could have did the entire face black and then just added the white on top of it. It's up to you, whatever way you want to do it. And then fill in his hat. I went with a teal color because I was going to use some teal rhinestones. So just go ahead and use that. I also blended in some white into the hat to make it look a little bit extra detailed and shaded and highlighted. And then I'm going to add some gold in the beak. And then take my black paint again and add little eyes. And then do the outlines on the flippers. So just a little line coming up like so. Little tiny little fine lines. And then I took a little bit more gold and I added feet at the bottom of my penguin, but you don't really see those, so that's optional. But then I'm going to apply some gel sealer over the background so that it is nice and shiny. Cure that, and then apply some matte gel top coat over my penguin and cure it again. After that, I'm taking some nail glue and I'm going to be gluing on the rhinestones that I mentioned. They're a really nice sparkly iridescent teal. So I have 5 along my cuticle area and 1 at the tip of the nail. And that is it. I am absolutely in love with this nail. I look at it all the time like, oh, he's so cute. I hope you guys love it as much as I do. And please share any recreations with me on Facebook or Instagram. I'd love to see them. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.